Whoa, what's going on here?
Oh, he's in a sense deprivation suit.
What for?
No, not November.
A month of masturbatory abstinence that has somehow been criticised for having affiliations with the far right and anti-Semitism.
If you survive the whole month, I'll give you this.
$1?
Yep.
I have been on NoFap for a little over 7 months now. In addition to that, I've been on retention for about 2 months, since the beginning of August.
Attention, my hairy-handed friends, the lonely blokes, my ugly umbilical brothers, my married men, pretty much any bloke out there. It is a great day today because No Nut November is no more. Although, it does say in the Bible that if you jerk off, baby Jesus' ghost will cry. In saying all of that, No Nut November is more popular than ever. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. But first, this video is brought to you by Man's Best Friend. Never heard of Man's Best Friend? Me either. You know why? Because it's brand new. It's a brand new company that I started. Hooray me. I started it with one of my great mates, and I tell you what, we're going to change the way that men's products are done. Today, we are launching our very first product. It's called the Don't Miss Mate. And this is something we're very, very proud of. We love it. The Don't Miss Mate is your saving grace when it comes to going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. There's nothing worse than getting up for a piss, turning the bloody bathroom light on and getting blinded and not being able to go back to sleep. So what do? Do you leave the light off and you piss on the floor and piss off your missus or your mum or whoever you live with? That's what I've done for a long time. But that's when I thought, no, we need to change this. And that's when the Don't Miss Mate was born. Ladies and gentlemen, the Don't Miss Mate has man-seeking technology. So when you walk through that door in the middle of the night, the bowl will light up and you'll see where you are pissing. Never miss a piss in the dark again. Have a look at this. This is me just last night showing you exactly how the Don't Miss Mate works. Ladies and gentlemen, the Man's Best Friends website is down below. Head over to it, go and support this brand new product that comes from me. I'm very, very proud of it and I hope you enjoy it. No Nut November is all about not ejaculating. I know, horrifying. Reminds you of high school, right? No Nut November was invented by the Catholic Church in the early 1980s. And basically what they did, and this is alleged, I don't know, I was told this in the street the other day, the reason they did that was so that they could save up all the jizz in the teenage community for them. Now that's just a theory, all right? That's just a theory. I don't know if the priests wanted to save up all the jizz so they could cover their own faces with it. But I'll ask you this, have you ever seen a priest with acne? No. Anyway, the whole idea is to fight the urge to ejaculate, and that means no sex, no jerking off, no nocturnal emissions, which would be a great band name, by the way. No time with Mrs. Palmer, no time with your actual missus. None. Anyway, the challenge is this.
I challenge you to go 1 month without watching porn or jerking off. The time of the year has come. No Nut November has arrived.
30 days may not seem like a hard challenge for 50% of the world's population. But for the other 50%, that's the hardest fucking thing of all time. Now, if you don't know what I mean by 50% and 50%, I'm talking about men and women. Women can go an entire month without flicking the bean. They don't care, all right? Their orgasms are boring, all right? Men's, we live by that shit, all right? You gotta understand that, we live by that shit. Jerking off is the only thing that men have in our lives other than rampant alcoholism.
Watching too much porn can affect your life in a lot of bad ways. It messes up your sexuality. You start to need more and more stimuli. You start to need more perverse stimuli, up until the point that the real thing doesn't excite you as much anymore.
Okay, now that may be true. I've heard of some men jerking off over porn for 7+ hours a day. And to those men, I say to you, geez, your foreskin must be sore. But also, it does remind me of when I was 16. Those were some jerky days. But the more people see porn, the more they need more stimulus or more fucked up porn to make them finish the job. No Nut November has also had some bad raps put upon it. It's been linked to anti-Semitism and the far right. But when you think about it, it makes sense. It's hard, no pun intended. It's a challenge, all right? And when you don't jizz, you store up extra testosterone in your body to make you more of a man. It makes sense. If you ejaculate and it releases testosterone out of your system, then not doing it would add more, right? Some people have even claimed that it helps with focus, mental clarity, and your skin. It helps with all this type of shit. Every time you jerk off, you release feel-good hormones. The more you do it, the more you feel good for that moment. So you're always chasing that dragon, so to speak. It makes sense why people become addicted to it. But on the other side of the argument, what the fuck am I supposed to do with my time? Am I supposed to just sit at home and headbutt the fucking wall with blue balls? Is that what I'm supposed to do? I understand the arguments on both sides, but it's a natural thing. But also maybe men having constant access from a very young age to full-on porn isn't a great thing. Maybe one thing we should look at in this video is, does it actually increase testosterone production in the body? All right, so now the No Fap campaign was the original No Nut November, but according to that, it increases happiness, not jerking off, boosts confidence, increased motivation and willpower, lowers levels of stress and anxiety, higher energy levels, muscle growth, better sleep, etc., etc. But jerking the gherkin is shown to improve mood, better sleep, stress and tension relief, relief from menstrual cramps, lower risk of prostate cancer. So I guess you really have to weigh up both sides of the argument. What would you like to do? Slightly improve your sleep or not touch yourself for a month and be a miserable fuck? There is actual evidence here. 2 studies kept popping up throughout this entire thing. One had 10 men, a very small sample size, had their testosterone levels measured twice, baseline before masturbation and in 10-minute intervals after. This was followed by a 3-week period in which they were instructed to refrain from any type of sexual activity. After that period, the process was repeated. Testosterone was reported as being higher in the baseline measurements after abstinence. There was a second study that reported a 45% increase in testosterone levels after 7 days of abstinence. But this was a small sample size of 28 people, and the peak lasted a very short amount of time and went straight back down, even with continued abstinence. And also, in saying all of that, your testosterone production is hindered by your sleep patterns, by your diet, by stress, anxiety, all those type of things. It's not just jerking the gherk. Personally, I think jerking off for blokes is a great thing, all right? Now, I don't want you to go and start doing it in car parks and say, oh, Isaac Butterfield told me to do it. No, that is not what I'm saying. Find a nice private area, not in a car park, and fucking go for it, you mad dog. Rip the ears off it. Because we must remember the power of the nut. If you've got a difficult decision, if you have picked up a dirty Tinder date and you think, Jesus Christ, she's a bit iffy, but I haven't had a root in 6 months, have a wank and then work out whether or not you still want to touch her. And now that No Nut November is over, I thought I would give you all the perfect image, the men and the women out there, the perfect image to flick the bean or jerk off over. But before I do, merch drop next Tuesday, the 7th of December. Make sure you get there. And the Buttsmas 12 Days of Christmas is coming. Ladies and coming? Yeah, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to show the photo that'll help you jizz. Here it is. See you next time. Ho, ho, bloody ho, ladies and gentlemen. Christmas is upon us, and that means one thing. The summer merch drop is nearly here on the 7th of December, Tuesday the 7th at 6 p.m. You need to be on the merch store because all these amazing new pieces of merch will be available. I'm so bloody pumped. This is the biggest merch drop I've ever done, all right? I'm so pumped for this, but also we are doing for the very first time the 12 Days of Buttsmas. What the bloody hell does that mean? I'll tell you right now real quick before we get into the video. It means this: everyone's had a tough year. So I thought I would take this opportunity to give back to the absolute legends who support this channel. Every single day I'm going to be giving away a prize for 12 days leading up to Christmas. Every day the prize is going to go up in value, ladies and gentlemen. All the way from a gift card to a massive cash prize the day before Christmas. iPhones, coffee machines, the whole thing. We're going to give away everything, ladies and gentlemen, and all you have to do to enter is buy a piece of merch. So every single piece of merch you buy is one entry to go into the 12 Days of Buttsmas. I love yous. I can't wait for you to see the merch drop. It's my favorite of all time.